Click start recording. This is CLG FC episode 136 on the YouTube. It's the start of season 8. We just finished the home opener. We smashed Burnley United 5-0. So, for those that are wondering, Burnley in the top, the professional Burnley, they're pretty they're pretty crap. And their amateur outlet, Burnley United, they're pretty crap too. So anyway, but no, 5-0. Thank you for the raid, Zig. For those that don't know, I am Benakage. This is a bottom to top save called CLG FC or Counter Logic FC, a homage to the old Counter Logic Gaming Esports organization. And it's a community save with community members who make up the starting 11, and the goal, I think, eventually is to win the Champions League with them. We are in Season 8, and we are in the Level 13. We started Level 20. We've been promoted 7 times in 7 seasons, and now we're off to a winning start in Level 13 as well. So it's a pretty cutthroat league. Leicester beat West Ham, by the way, in the championship. And then oh my God, Luton beat them as well. Jesus, guys. Anyway, so we are currently it's a brutal league, and the reason I say it's brutal is because there's 12 clubs. The bottom 4 are going down. And only the top team goes up to level 12. So, I always thought your name was pronounced with a Kage and not a Kage, although I hear your name is more of a Benny lately, like Cellophane says. Benny for short is fine, but it is Kage, like Khagay as the 2 syllables, right? Kage. So, but it's not Cage. I am not Johnny Cage's knockoff brother. Um, so, and it does not have any affiliation with Naruto, because every time I know, a lot of the times I meet anybody that says that knows, like, that it's pronunciated, I guess, with a Japanese affiliation, with the Kage, they're like, oh, you must like Naruto. And I actually really dislike Naruto. I think it's a very boring show, and that tends to. I'm like, look, it's just I don't want to just get started on that or upset people. So I'm just like, look, it's not from Naruto. So, but 2 things of note. um, Actually, just mainly 1 thing of note is that I got the board somehow, some way, to agree to drop the. I did it off. I did it literally off stream, like 10 to 15 minutes before I went live. But I got the board to drop the youth requirement because they want. The board is basically trying to make it like Zanko's save, which, if any of you know Coach Zanko. By the way, I have been really bad at giving out shout outs, and I need to do that. So, let me start with Ziggurat, and maybe this will. There we go. So, for those that are watching that may not follow Zig or know Zig, definitely give Zig a follow. He plays Football Manager. He plays Baldur's Gate on stream. He's doing a network save with Coach Sanko, by the way, as well, which has been fun to see take shape. And we've played Euro Truck on stream together before. So just he's played Satisfactory. So really, really good streamer, really, really good guy. Definitely worth a follow. Um, Steve Warrington is a free agent. He's on my watch list, but he's a free agent. I don't really need him. So uh, no, that was a useless weekly team meeting. The other shout out, by the way, because we got to give shout outs, a lot of shout outs, tons of shout outs, is I've mentioned him. I might as well give him a shout out, and that's Coach Zanko. So definitely give Zanko a follow as well. He actually played Football Manager today. He is the king of the youth save, man. I would love to pick his brain about youth saves or just handling youth in general, because he is doing a youth-only save in not Spain, Serbia, Slovakia. I can't remember. Fuck, it's gonna bug the shit out of me too. I always get it wrong too. I did it to him like, oh yeah, you're in Spain, and I went into his stream. And he's like, I'm not in Spain. I'm like, oh, that's right. I always get it wrong. Croatia maybe actually. Um, I can't remember now for the life of me, but it's one of those. Um, it's bugging the crap out of me now. But he's doing a youth only challenge, and which is very difficult. Youth only is really hard. Like that is a hard save. Um, and he's crushing it, man. He's absolutely crushing it. So um, definitely give him a follow. The other one who actually rated us earlier uh, is one of our lovely North American affiliates, and that is Brazilian Fury. Um, so definitely give a follow to Brazil. Why am I? Oh, why is it? Hold on. it's a, shout me out. Stopped working. Um, I don't know why, but let me. I'll do the slash. I'll do the slash one for Brazilian Fury, but he was definitely here, and it's telling me it doesn't exist. Oh, you know why? Because I put a Z instead of an S. Spelling it correctly would be would be the key. Um, definitely check him out. He's doing basically a bottom to top in Brazil as well. And not only that, but he also does a lot of amazing content on YouTube. Like really, really good stuff on YouTube as well. Brazilian Fury. I do have a few more to give. We'll pause on the shout outs for a minute because we are going to talk about Leagues in Focus, right? It's back. The leagues have started. It's back. It's Leagues in Focus. And we'll start in MLS. It's Nashville now top by a point. Game in pocket, though, over Inter Miami in the East. That's Columbus, Chicago, New York City FC, Orlando City, DC United, Atlanta United, New England Revolution, Charlotte FC. My beloved Union have dropped out of the playoff positions by a point, but they do have 3 games in hand. Um, Toronto, and then Montreal Impact, Cincinnati, FC Cincinnati, and the Red Bulls are still bottom of the Eastern Conference. In the West, it's Real Salt Lake still top, LA Galaxy second, Dallas is third, Colorado fourth, Minnesota fifth, Houston sixth, Seattle seventh. They've slipped a little bit. San Jose is now eighth. Sporting Kansas City's also slipped a little bit. They're ninth. The Scum are up to 10th. Vancouver's 11th. Austin is 12th. Portland's 13th. St. Louis City is now at the bottom of the MLS in the West. They're actually the worst team in the entire league. In the Prem, I think who is the defending champs? Man City are defending champs. uh, and Arsenal have won 4 from 4 to start the season. Newcastle second. Chelsea are third. Palace are fourth. City are down here undefeated, but with 2 draws in fifth. Spurs are sixth. Bournemouth are seventh. So those are all the European places. And then it was like, where's my West Ham, my beloved West Ham? They're down in the championship this year. Liverpool are in 11th. And then at the bottom, it's Forest and Sunderland, who are point adrift from safety. Leeds have yet to score a point this season. 0 from 3 to start the season. Who'd they play? I mean, I mean, they played Man U, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Like, you can't fault them for that start. You know what I mean? Speaking of Man U, they're 13th, by the way. Skybet Championship, Bristol City top by 3. 5 wins out of 6. They dropped the opening game of the season, won 5 since. West Ham are second. Blackburn are third. West Ham are above the playoff places by a point, I should say. Blackburn, Wolves, QPR, and Fulham all with 11 points and all a point above Watford, West Brom, and Burnley, who are on the outside looking in early on. At the bottom, Luton have 3 wins and 3 draws. They're actually unbeaten but they were given a 12-point deduction for going into administration. So they've just basically reset themselves down to zero. They're 4 points adrift. It's very doable from here. I mean, they haven't lost in their opening 6 games. You got to think that they can definitely climb themselves out. Birmingham are 23rd. Millwall are 22nd. They're both a point adrift from safety. I should say the scum here as well. Stoke are a point above the drop in 21st. Sky Bet League 1. Plymouth Argyle, without Wayne Rooney, are in the top of Sky Bet League 1. Wrexham are 2 points back of them, above the playoff places by goals scored over Barnsley, Tranmere, Bolton, and Salford City. Stockport County on the outside looking in by 2 goals scored. Charlton Athletic are on the outside looking in by a point. At the bottom, let's see. Wow. Preston North End, Oxford United, Carlisle United, and Milton Keynes are all a point above the drop. Blackburn and Burton Albion are above the drop on goal difference by a single goal over Exeter City. Wycombe, Doncaster, and Cambridge. I should say Wycombe and Doncaster are a point adrift. Cambridge 2 adrift at the bottom. Skybet League 2, Bristol Rovers are top 5 from 5, 15 points from 15. 2 points over Southend United, who lead Yeovil City by a point, who are above the playoff places by a point of Woking, Bradford City, Wigan Athletic, Leyton Orient. Barrow is a point on the outside looking in. At the bottom, right now, a lot of clubs a point above the drop. It's early days. Shrewsbury Town, Mansfield Town, Torquay United, Newport County, Walsall, AFC Fylde, Swindon are above the drop by a goal in the goal difference. Colchester United are in the drop in 23rd. Cheltenham Town also in the drop just by goal difference at the foot of the Football League. Vanarama National, South Shields are top by a point over Port Vale, Hereford, Solihull Moors, Scunthorpe United, Worthing, and Accrington Stanley. Kings Lynn, Bromley, and Macclesfield are all on the outside looking in by a goal in the goal difference. Kidderminster, Harriers, Fleetwood Town, Gillingham, all a point outside looking in themselves. At the bottom, Boreham Wood, Northampton Town, and Maidstone United are a point above the drop over Sutton, Altrincham, Dorchester Town, who are again in another relegation scrap. They've survived 2 straight years, like barely, and now they're in another scrap early on. Dagenham and Redbridge 2 points adrift at the bottom of the Vanarama National. The league the league in the tier above us, which I think we'll get promoted to if we were to get promoted, is the Liverpool Premier League First Division. Garstang is in the top spot by goal difference over L4FC. In Central, I've also on the outside looking in by goals scored, and Burskoff Richmond are on the outside by a goal in the goal difference. Then at the foot, Litherland. I forgot. Whoa, this is Litherland, Remyca. I have no idea what that would stand for. A point above the drop is all the teams that drew, which is Newton, Willows, River, Kirkby, and Garswood United. Saul, Litherland, Blackpool, Wren Rovers are all above the drop on goal difference or goal scored in the last case with Blackpool, Wren Rovers. Billinge, New Street, and Asheville Reserves are in the drop by goal difference. That's Leagues in Focus. We do that every episode. We didn't do it last episode, but we try to do it every episode. And just keep an eye on the leagues in England and how they do. I do want to give out one more shout out, by the way, here. Actually, 2. I should do 2. And the first is going to be Caffeine FC. Ian, great streamer, really lovely guy. The poor bastard's a Man United fan, so he's going through it at the moment. But really fun save with Hamburg that he's doing right now. And it's taken so many twists and turns, that save with it that he's had. So it's been very entertaining. So definitely give him a follow. Another North American Creators League participant when the NACL was going around. A Brazilian Fury was another one that was in that league. So um, really good North American based content creator and FM streamer. Um, so big shout out to him. And the last one is he's bilingual, so you can definitely talk to him in English. But it's Bittner. He's a big Counter Strike player. In fact, that's pretty much everything he streams. Loves FM though, and he posted the meme that was like me on New Year's Eve, and it was like 11:58 Football Manager, 11:59 Football Manager, 12 o'clock, like midnight, and then 12:01 a.m. Football Manager. Like he loves Football Manager as well. Um, so he's in Brazil. He's based in Brazil. He is Brazilian. So he doesn't have. He might have FM24 from one of the free promotions, like with Epic Games or whatever. Move. And with this groove, he made us move, and it set our souls free. House was a way of life. What a great track! Oh my God, what a great track! Song of love, sing a song. It took me decades to find this track. By the way, souls, o'clock in the morning, on and on and on and on and on. I don't have the ability to scout that stuff. Foster can go to the physio. Good in your soul. This is just an acapella of Reach Out Preacher by Todd Terry. The Preacher acapella version. The bottom of the bass, the pop and the snare. But Eric Murillo, very famously, had a mix that went out on British radio back in 2008, and it might have been 2006, but I think it was 2008. And the show was every Saturday night. They had a guest DJ, and it lined up so that it was I think the day before or the day of Independence Day, American Independence Day, and Eric Murillo is an American DJ. Had a bit of a fall from grace, rightfully so, after he found out what he did. But the point is, he was a top DJ at the time before any of that was known, and he had a monster mix. And I mean, it was one of the best mixes all year that was put on that radio station, and that was the song he opened up with. Was Todd Terry and the Preacher. Um, and that song just became iconic. Anyway, but yeah, Bittner plays a lot of Counter Strike. Definitely give him a follow. Completely bilingual, really good guy. Has coached a lot of women's Counter Strike teams and got them into major tournaments. Like he's taken pug teams that are just players who play pickup or whatnot or pug a lot, and he's got them into like the ESL Impact League in Brazil and the top leagues there. So really good dude. Really great mind for Counter Strike, and also loves football. He's the one that gets to enjoy watching Jose Martinez play now for Corinthians, who have had an amazing turnaround in Brazil. Hey Benny, I'm back now. Welcome back. I gave you all the shout outs. So you okay? I am doing good. I am so excited for the new year, my man. Like really, I am so excited. Um, I didn't even realize that we got to the next match day. Like, wow, Bickerstaff reserves are right there. Um, University of Bolton Borough, and Wigan Rovers is the marquee matchup. I'm not. Oh no, is it the? It's day one and it's already shitty. Is it? Is it because of the Crohn's or whatever it is? Crohn's, right? Yeah, Crohn's. If you don't mind me asking that. So, Bickerstaff reserves are actually the favorites, which surprises the shit out of me. We're not the favorites. Nah, brain weasels. Oh no, man. I mean, if you want to talk, DM me, man. Definitely DM me. I'm surprised that we're already. I didn't even think a week had gone by yet. That's a good thing. Um, so, I mean, you could even DM me right now. I'll respond to you. So, uh, notifications out the wazoo. Um, and it's not from you. I'm just saying I had a bunch of notifications stacked up apparently. Bolton Wiresdale 2-0 over Taunton United. So Bell in the 78th, Hadley in the 83rd. They left it a bit late. Burnley United, Livingstone's own goal in the 55th. And then John Reddy added one in added time at the end of the second half. They downed the Welly Scorpions. CMB 2-1 at home. Everybody winning at home practically. 2-1 at home. Coveney in the 31st minute. Hamilton in the 62nd. And that second goal was a minute after Manjit in the from the spot got one or leveled it for Crompton. Haslington St. Mary's fall 4-0 to Digmore. Longello in the 5th, Bell in the 28th, the 2-0 at the half, but then Bell added one from the spot 4 minutes after the resumption of play. Oh, actually, I should say it was Hampson in the 37th, and that made it 3-0 at the half, and then it was Bell 4 minutes after the break, adding a fourth. So Digmore 4-0 over Haslington St. Mary's on the road. University of Bolton Borough 1-1 over the Wigan Rovers. Zekri in the 11th, and then Mann in the 71st meant it was all square between those two. Leisurtwood shines as Harnett finds fitness for Counterlogic FC under 18s. We win 5-2. Hargreaves scored in the opening minute. Aikens in the 30th. And then Hereford Lockett pulled one back for Southport under 18s. Keel McSween from the spot in added time at the end of the first half meant we went level at the break. 63rd minute, Aiden Wardrope from the spot in the 63rd put us back in front. Martin Cavanaugh in the 86th made sure we would win. Leisure would add a fifth. 5-2, that's our second win. We are now only 4 points behind Winton Albion under 18s. And we shook off opening 2 defeats with 2 wins in the under 18s league. How is Mac doing? You guys are outside of the playoffs on goal difference right now in the Vanarama National. But it's only like 6 games in. So it's early days, man. It's early days. I have an ad break coming up in 8.5 minutes. We have a fixture that we're going to play. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take the ad break and use that time to heat up some dinner. I have leftover chili from last night, and I haven't eaten yet today. So I need to eat at some point. I had breakfast. I shouldn't say I haven't eaten it today. I had breakfast, and breakfast was very good, but I ate breakfast around 11 o'clock, and it's now 6:30 p.m. So I'm kind of getting hungry. So the ad break's in 8 minutes, and I might take 10 minutes to run out a little and go get some dinner and just heat up my chili, which is only going to take like 5 or 6 minutes. So anyway, but let me know how your stream was, Zig. You're still here, man. I'm curious to know how it went, man. So there's so many other people I could shout out to, like Crack and whatnot. So I will get better at this going forward. Let us. Oh yeah, definitely. You want to mark him? You can mark him. That's fine. Frack is back. Harry Norris has done well. Right, didn't even play last game anyway. So Harry Norris is going to go back on. Come on, man. That's not what I want. Removed from position. You're going on the sub, and Frack is back. We're going to have a little bit of save, and I am going to pause. Did you try my set piece? I don't think I did. Now that I think about it. We talked about it so long ago, and then I got so hyper-focused on the Olympics, I've completely forgot about it. I completely forgot about it. It was okay, I guess. Nice. That just slipped my mind. I've been so hyper-focused on finishing the Olympics, the last 2 weeks that everything has slipped out of my mind practically. So Uh, I should do better. Definitely. Um, anyway, we are 6 minutes from the ad break, and I'm going to take the time to uh, the 6 minutes before the ad break and the actual ad break itself to go heat up dinner. So let me pause opening ceremonies, which is almost complete now. I'm going to pause the recording. So for those on YouTube, you're just going to have a hard edit. And for those on Twitch, I'll be back in about 9 to 10 minutes. That was very good. Sorry. We're back. My bad, y'all. Um, I had to do it at some point. So we are ready. Let me cut the music, by the way. Oh, I completely lost track about which tab I had it on. Which tab did I have the music on? Good lord. Ah, there it is. We are ready. There you are. Sorry, I had to eat, man. Benny, Kevin. Yeah, I just went to go eat real quick. It took like 5, 6 minutes to make it, and then it's chilly. I didn't want to bring it in here. I don't really have a place to put it in here. There's not really a place to eat in here because it's a study. It's not, a kitchen. And I'm like, last thing I need to do is be scooping chili and it's all over me or it's on the carpet or anything like that. It's a white carpet, by the way, as well, underneath the desk. So it's like, yeah, we can't we can't be having any of that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna eat it while I'm in there. Anyway, so um, made my nose run a little bit because it had a little bit. I made it. I usually don't make anything really too spicy because of my my reflux problems, but like I made this. I'm like this. I made the chili yesterday, and I tried to give it a little bit of kick, and I'm like, this is borderline a smidge too hot. But anyway, we are back. Let's get into it, shall we? We got our second game of the night, and we still have another 4.5 hours we're going to be on the stream. So not the last game of the night for sure, and it is Bickerstaff Reserves. It's our first away match of the new season. They've made 3 changes since to the starting lineup from the previous game. We are ready. I think. Let me point finger. Are you following any of the college football playoffs? I am not an American football fan. I don't really like the sport. I just want Penn State to lose. So I followed it to the point where I've been hoping Penn State lose, and they didn't lose last night, unfortunately. So, um, but as of any other game that's been played in the college football playoff, I have no idea about it. Um, so I don't. The area I live in is very. I don't know if Canadians are like this too. But it's very like plasticky, kind of fakey out here. Everybody loves Penn State. You can't say anything wrong about Penn State. Like when the 2 scandals broke, obviously the one with the child abuse and then the other one with the hazing, like they had to report it, because the news went national, and they like tried to report it and like move on as quickly as they possibly could have from those stories. And I'm like, right, because this whole area runs around Penn State, and we can't say anything bad about Penn State. Like it's like one of those areas. And then like, given the given that they're in the postseason or whatever you want to call it, the playoff, like half of the news out here is dominated by Penn State sports. And I'm like, listen, guys, like, can we do something else? So I hate how everything's like manufactured to make Penn State look as good as possible. When it's like probably historically, like at least within the last 20 years, one of the worst schools in America. Like, so, but there's the kickoff. We are underway against who? Bickerley Reserves, something like that. Uh, who are we playing? I can't even remember who we were playing. Bickerstaff Reserves. Nah, it's a bit more genuine here. That's unfortunate. I'd hate to live in that fan culture. Yeah, exactly. But a lot of that, like, that's specific to central Pennsylvania, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of Sheamus going, Price has got it. There's a lot of that manufactured niceness in a lot of American television. And when it comes to, oh, what a goal, Twinkle. Very nicely done. We got to go with the Dupe song immediately. So, and it's one thing I really hate. I really hate the whole, like, you know, just be genuine. I'd rather people be genuine. That's a great curler from Twinkle. It's taken 2.5 minutes last time. It's taken 5 minutes this time, but we're 1-0 up. Yeah. Remember, we were not the favorites in this match, by the way. I want to keep playing the opening song because I just love it. But so I talk to it all the time. Like there was it's like a I don't know. I want to say radio voice, but like that's not really what I mean when I say like the manufactured niceness. But I think you know what I mean. It's not genuine. I'd rather people be more genuine. So cookies. Oh, good save. Good save from Price. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be like nobody has to be mean to each other, but I just everything's always whenever any event or anything or institution is discussed, talked about, portrayed, everything's always manufactured to make it look like a wonderful thing. And it's like a lot of it's not. A lot of it has the good and the bad, but you should know what both of those are. Anyway, so just over the top. Yeah. Snicky's actually looking for their first goal of the season. This is only game 2, to be fair. Like we are early days in this season, 22 game season this time around. But I think we're off to a pretty good start. So Frank's got the ball. Here's me. I think this ball needs to be switched. It's probably going. Yeah, I was going to say it's got to go back to Brott because Jack's being pinned pretty close by the center forward. So I just shocked that OSU's up 24-8 over Oregon at the half. So much for the number 1 seed. That is a big shock, actually. Yeah. Yeah, they could have had the ball for Parks' offsides. That's what you call them, not Sheamus getting obliterated. Here's Doyle Hayes, Richie over the top, goal kick. That is a shock, though. But this year, it's nice to see the landscape change a little bit, I think my biggest problem with specifically college football, but college sports in general with all the conference realignments. Oh, he's just struck the post. Oh, my Lord. Has been that, like, it's all for money. Like, people, like, the Big Ten has more than 10 teams in it now. You know what I mean? Like, the Big 12 has had some of its best colleges extracted for money because the SEC, and is such a sell. And now they're paying college athletes, and it's like, this shouldn't be the way it is. I'm not one for paying college athletes. I understand their image and stuff. Sure. That I get. If you use their imagery, they should be compensated for that. But you shouldn't pay them to go to your school, to play sports at your school. That's not what it's about. And people have been like, well, it's their talent and stuff like that. And he struck the post again, Akuni-kun. And I would say if you want your talent to pay you, you should think about going pro and not going to college like they do in basketball sometimes, or leaving full-time college and going pro while you're in college and finishing it in the summer like some kids do. Like there's other means, you know. I'm not big on that idea, but I also just think with college football, the thing I scored, fuck. I think the thing I'm trying to portray is what I don't like about the thing I don't like about European leagues in football and how they're so top heavy and dominated. La Liga is Real Madrid, Barcelona. You know, Bundesliga is Bayern Munich. You know, everyone's gonna say Leverkusen. That was 1 year. You know what I mean? Like Bayern Munich is at the top now. You know, Ligue 1 is PSG, PSG, PSG. You know what I mean? Like the Prem has been City, City, City. Those are that is the kind of stuff I don't like about the European leagues. And the SPSFL is probably the worst offender. And all of those elements are in college football, college American football. You know, the system is built to feed itself so that the colleges at the top continue to dominate, and a lot of the other colleges don't really get a chance. You know what I mean? Like Purdue is always okay, but they're never national title championship contenders. You know what I mean? Uh, USC has fallen off the face of a cliff. Like Washington, uh, you know, things like that. I think there's a few 18-year-old kids who are properly equipped to handle making multiple millions of dollars emotionally. Yeah, that's true. Pay them for nil, but put the money in escrow until they graduate or turn 21. You're right. I understand legally why they can't do that because they are considered adult at 18 here, right? Like I get that. So we've got to be better. It is 1-1, right? Let's pump the fist when we do that. So I think Saban pointed it out, and that was the big reason he retired. He even said it as much. But like, you can't say to a kid, "I'll offer you 50,000 to change schools," and then they just change schools to go play somewhere else. Like, it needs to, if they're going to college, the education needs to take precedent. Breaking news: Head coach is too full of chili for kids score at halftime. You, I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. Where's the Biz Mourinho emote? Let I need it. Like the thing is, we haven't played bad in this game. Like Bickerly or whatever their name is, they just Bickerville or whatever. They just equalized. Like we've dominated the ball. Go on, Spaps. Oh, you've got to fucking score that, Spaps. Now I'm a little bit okay. What's going on here? So I'm looking at well, Spaps really should be the first one because when we put Joe Jones in on the right hand side, there it is, there it is. When we put Joe Jones in on the right, he tends to fucking dominate in the air, and I'm thinking that's the first sub. As Spaps comes out, we put Joe Jones on the right. Snicky is so much better than my backup striker Mukendi, but Mukendi loves to score big goals when it's needed. Like the man doesn't score a lot, but when he scores, it's when we've really needed it, and that's the whole reason he's still in the squad. So I think why are you going for goal from there, Cookies? What's wrong with you? Let's encourage. Let's encourage everybody. Come on, guys. Let's go, team. But uh, don't concede now. Okay, I was gonna say if you blew for a foul when that was clearly all ball, I was gonna be fucking pissed. I was gonna be so mad. Yeah, Spaps is coming off. Joe Jones is coming on the right, off the post. Fucking hell. We're being foiled on our first away trip. Cookies, Frack, he stayed on. Frack whips it in. Sheamus, nope, corner. And Joe Jones should come in with that corner. There he is. Jones is right there. So I'm having the Leverkusen moment, man. We're leaning forward. Cookies, go on, settle it, shoot. Okay. Corner again. Sheamus whips it in. Price has got it. What is my? I think my second sub. I don't want to give up a Kuni Kun because he's so good at the free kicks, but I feel like uh, Wellman's pretty damn good. And oh, go on. Oh, Snicky back turn to goal. Come on, man. Snicky. Oh, come on, Snicky. The pass that I gave them, they should have buried, but their back was towards goal. I think Wellman's got to come in. I think we got to put Wellman on. I think Wellman's coming on in the 60th, and then if we don't score by the 70th, we're making our last sub at the 70th, giving them 20 minutes to try and. Ah, oh, come on, boys. Akunikun? No. Sheamus can't run it down. Nguyen. Bassett. Come on, boys. Scramble Brown. Good save, Brott. That was quite the dangerous counterattack. Brott's on a 7.1 now. Wellman's on. We got one sub left. Morris. Oh, fucking hell, that was close. The last one's going to have to be Mukendi for Snicky. We're going to have to make an offensive sub. Price. Castellans. Or Castellans. Richie. Castellans. Jack, did you win the header? No. Bassett. Richie. Brown. I've drifted too far forward on that position. Sergio. Cross early. Jack. Why did you... There's no reason to punt that out for a corner. None whatsoever. Ah! Frack's got it. I think we're making our last sub here. I want to be able to try and win this game. We were not the favorites coming into this game, by the way, which is a shock. We've been the favorites for pretty much every game for the last 6 years. So we're finally at a level where we might actually have met our match at this level, guys. McKendy's come on. Snicky's off. Here's the cross. Penalty? Penalty! Richie's been booked. He handled the ball. I'm taking the pen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's a big lead. That's a big goal. It's a pretty good pen, too, to be honest. Let's go. Oh, hold on. That just got rewinding that to the beginning got jacked up. Anyway, 2-1 lead. Bassett's got a yellow. Bickerstaff reserves have made a double substitution. The sub rules are still brutal at this league. It's like old school FM. Like that's the other thing about playing older FMs is like FM 16. There you can make. Oh, go on, Wellman. Oh, Sheamus tried to thread McKendy there. That was close. Cook just have a crack. Yeah, he had no other option to have it but to have a crack. Yeah, FM 16 outside of the Prem, which lets you name 7 substitutions and still can only make 3. It's only name 5, make 3. And these amateur leagues, it's just like that still in these amateur leagues. It's name every league we've been in so far. It's been, oh, what a save! Bassett was offsides, but Brott saved it anyway. Jack's getting cooked. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. But Yeah, every league we've been in so far has been name 5, make 3 for subs. That's all. Saunders, he's offsides. Flags up. He's offsides. 86th minute. Wellman on the left. Good cutback. Wellman's played really good since coming on. That's just a bit too high. Wellman's played very well since coming on. But Park's going. Brought 88th minute now. Really, it's just one of those things where had we scored anything, we like to make it 3-1 now, it would sink this game at all. That's very well done. Go on, Mukendi. He's had that wedge was disappearing, so his options was cut it back. He actually maybe should have played it forward for Sheamus on his left, who was making the run because he had the momentum. Because obviously McKendy had to keep dribbling, but he would have had the momentum to catch up to that ball had he played that ball forward. Here's Doyle's Hayes for Saunders. Sheamus just heads it away. Second into the 3rd minute now of added time of 4. Saunders offsides. So here's guessing. That was nowhere even close. That should be the full-time whistle. Let's go. A game we were not favored to win. We've come away and won. Twinkle in the 5th. Jason Brown in the 44th. Myself from the spot. Maybe that pen was a little bit, I don't want to say harsh, but gracious giving on us. But we did dominate the game. 2.39 XG. We had 62% possession. This is exactly the way we like to play. And 2-1 the victors. Twinkle player of the match. I kind of want to say this, but, we'll tell him nice work, everyone. And that is that. We were the only game of the afternoon because everybody played the day prior. Let's go into the post-match press conference and kick this off with the first question from Tom Foster at SkySports.com. Everyone's adrenaline is still sky high after that? Yes, it is. Yes. Um, I'm going to just... that's football sometimes, so I'm quite relieved to have won. I think that's fair. Apparently the standard of refereeing wasn't great, but that is still a victory. It's still 3 points. A big 3 points. To keep us ticking, we are we top? We did smash the other team 5-0, so we probably are top, I would imagine, on goal difference. We'll see. Let's see here. Yes, by 2 goals. No, by 2 points. Nobody else went 2 from 2 to start the season. That's a shocker. What I mean to say. I can't remember. Oh, the one thing I did want to say, which is interesting, and I think this league is going to be like it, and every other league that we basically have been in, bar one season has been like this. But because you play 22 games, right? It's not like a full calendar, right? So you have some weeks off. It always is stacked early. So what I mean is, you always play more games up till Christmas and less games after Christmas. I think because pitches tend to waterlog a lot more in the spring because of the weather there. They tend to freeze more in the winter, so they avoid that by stacking all the games in the autumn. So if you notice, we had a game in August. We have 4 games in September and 4 in October. and then you get a 2 week break, and every game after that, it's a little bit stacked in March, but like it's mainly, bar 2 weekends we're not playing in November and December. It's mainly everything is up front, and then the second half of the season's a lot later. So we'll probably burn through quite a few games this stream, and then the next stream it'll probably be, once we get past really this game here, it's going to be a little bit more labor to get to the next game, but that's fine. Twinkle Show. Let's see. Jones is training. Weekly staff meeting. Uh, suit to. We're dribbling. When dribbling as it suits. That's fine. We'll start training on that, and then the rest is all nonsense. So let's save the game and let's end the episode, shall we? For people on YouTube, this was CLG FC episode 136. We'll see you for 137 in the next video, or maybe we can increase the gap. We'll see. Anyway, till then, take care.